Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
We've come for you, Volron!
Did you really come all this way? Just so I could take you back over his dead body?
Bastard! He dismissed them?
He must not think he needs them to defeat us.
Why have you been coming after me? Isn't it your ambition to become the winner of the crown contest?
My ambition, you say? I have no ambitions. Since the beginning, everything was mine to control. Everything, including your life. I'm happy to see you.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
A lonely wannabe grave is all the burial you shall ever deserve. And yet, it wasn't without regret that I watched you sink beneath those waves. Now, I get to savor carving the life of your body myself.
So all this, kidnapping Shield, sacrificing your people, it was all just for your own sick satisfaction? To help pass the time?
I would not expect you to understand the tedium that absolute power lays upon you.
I've had it with your mad rambling. I'm here to take you down, Volron, and free those human slaves!
Very well. I shall look forward to fashioning my throne from the remains of your existence. Today you will die at my hand, and I shall bask in your final death with pleas.
Well, I look forward to disappointing you.
Radiant light! Hurricane of regeneration! Shot!
Not
Regenerate! Allow me to have...
You're mine!
Piercing roar!
Don't suffer and die.
Going in!
Enjoy.
Here's a healing arc!
Take this!
Here.
Oh, this one's mine!
I owe you one.
Here's a healing arc! This one's mine!
It's over!
I can carve through armor! Confiscated! How about
You're
this?
mine!
Here I go! Catapult! Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
Shine! Radiant light! This one's mine!
Dragon
Take
Swarm!
this.
Hurricane
Don't
strike!
suffer in
Just won't
silence.
stay still! If you can draw his attention, I'll pin him down.
Take
Dragon
this.
Swarm!
Aw, too shy to come over?
This one's
Here,
all
let me
I
help!
owe you one.
Don't feel so hard.
You should sit this one out.
I miss all the fun. No way.
Burn in hell!
Radiant light!
Dragon Swarm!
In here! Annihilate!
Did we get him?
He's open!
Let's go!
Going in.
Dragon Swarm!
Searing flame! Far enough! Reload!
Try this!
Hurricane strike!
Explosive ring!
Going in! I'll heal you all!
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane strike!
Pile driver!
Healing circle! This one's mine!
Thy sin. They
I owe you one.
This one's
I'm
mine!
ready.
Here's the evil! Hurricane strike! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Is that it?
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Going in! What's he planning?
It's too fast!
This looks bad! We've got to stop him!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation! Going in! Hurricane strike!
Negative die!
On guard!
Resonate with the alarm!
Enjoy.
Armor won't save you! Rending you apart!
Eat this!
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me by
Dragon! Eyes on the ground! Here it comes!
Damn it! Don't take your attention off him either! Here!
He may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Going.
Take this!
Resonate with me! Ground and
Dragon
line!
form!
On your knees.
This one's mine! On guard!
Fool.
On guard!
Take this!
Freeze.
Take this!
Shield and
Dragon form!
Here.
Here's a healing art!
Take
Dragon
this.
form!
I can handle it!
Freeze. Take
Dragon
this.
form!
Hurricane strike!
Time to let it rip! Dragon swarm!
Begin!
Die.
Ready and here!
Dragon
Take
swarm!
this.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll fix you up!
How
Take
about
this.
some of this?
Dragon swarm!
Not on my watch! On guard!
Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver!
This one's all mine! Ha! You picked the wrong fight!
Take this.
Hurricane
Dragon swarm!
Here.
Dragon swarm!
Freeze.
Dragon swarm!
Take this.
light and outpost of regeneration!
Here.
I'm only getting slightly!
Die.
Hear me!
Take this.
Take this.
You're mine!
Die.
Freeze laser! Where are you going?
Take this!
Just like
Arc
that.
field! Let me have
Take this!
On
It's
your
over!
Here goes! Hurricane! Here it goes!
Now this is enjoyable.
Explosive
Guard!
ray!
Mega ray!
The enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon see about that!
Now you see what I can do!
Take that.
Glacial Dragon
Form!
Their arcs were interrupted!
I'll heal you all! Hurricane!
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't
I don't have
disappoint me
much
by
left.
dying just yet. Take this.
Now it's my turn!
Can't move!
You have to come on!
Rending bloody
Going in!
Take this.
I'll bring you back from death!
Take this.
Resuscitate up the door!
I'm ready to go!
How about some of this?
Dragon
Piercing
swarm!
roll! Make it hard up!
In a bind?
Dragon swarm! Live up!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got him! It's all over. Volron. Now put an end to that death procession you're holding outside. Right now! You think this is over? What? Who do you think you are?
No, that's... How can this be? If Alpin's the Sovereign, how is it possible that Volron has that crest as well?
And if Volron's the Sovereign, then what was the point of the crown contest?
After everything we've witnessed, it would seem the whole thing is a ruse. bow before your sovereign.
What the hell are you?
How sweet your ignorance must be.
You resent not being the only sovereign.
That's why you're after me, isn't it?
There is that, Paladin. But your grandest sin was unveiling your strength.
Sin? You use people as slaves. What right have you to speak of sin?
Sin is the power to care only for domination.
We never asked for rule.
No one did.
What do I care of your wants? You are but a mote of dust in the light.
Alvin!
I'm through taking orders from tyrants. Dragon! Is this it?
Being interrupted. Leave me all alone.
Unleash lightning! Dragon
The earth
form!
throbs in pain.
Lunar corruption!
Negative ring! Dragon form!
You can't get out of this!
Reload! Radiant pierce!
You're mine! I shall dragon form!
Far enough!
Magna Ray! Not on my watch!
Negative gate!
Annihilation! Hear me!
shot!
Flame of
Round
fury!
and power!
Burning strike!
On
Try
your
this!
knees.
I will show you strong power!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Look shot!
Foolish! I should do it!
By the power of water!
I will show you!
Let me go!
Magna Ray!
Unleash light! Try harder!
Searing
Dragon
flame!
form!
Reload!
I will show you strong power!
Magna Ray!
I'll face you! Unleash!
This is some punishment.
Fear! Pierce evil!
No rest for
I
the
will
wicked.
show you true power!
I'm almost... I'm all stuck up!
Try harder! There! I will bloody
Natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck!
Retreat from that battle.
Retreat! I'm ready! Ready to go!
Is this it?
I couldn't.
Hurricane strike! Flame of fury!
Resonate with.
I'm not done yet!
Going in. Dance on the wind.
He's too fast to keep up with! Then we'll take him together. Rinwell, follow my lead! Okay,
I'll provide cover! Going in! I can handle it! Switch
Dragon form!
Rending you apart.
Bloody
I owe you one.
Time to shine!
It's on!
Water!
hear my call!
Carve through armor!
Try this!
Going in!
Ring!
I let my guard down!
Stay away from my friend!
I'll bring you back from death!
The power of light!
Resuscitate! Here goes! Take this! There!
Wretched worm!
Alvin!
No!
Bring you
Everyone
back from
together!
death. Ready! I'll shoot him down!
Dragon form!
Shine. Radiant light.
Switch to regeneration! Idiot!
Annihilation!
Take astral gas and the bubbly
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Know your place!
Going in!
I can't heal.
Forever!
Kneel before your sovereign! Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
Lion power!
Dragon Swarm! Try this! Your life is here!
This one's mine!
Eagle Ray! He's about to attack! Damn it! We need to stop him!
Hurricane Blast! This one's mine!
I am proof of it! All others shall be banished!
Going in! Laser field! Here's evil!
Try harder! Try harder!
This one's mine! Here! Could this be the... True power of a sovereign?
What is this?
Don't suffer in silence.
Freeze Lancer! This one's mine! Here's a healing art!
Explosive ring!
Glacial fire! Hurricane blast!
In here!
Come on, Radiant!
Unleash lightning!
Smite with Breaking Blade!
This should do it!
Healing circle!
Power!
Back into the fray! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
From beyond, imbue this complete soul with life.
Dragon Stop!
Will this
Dragon Stop!
I let my guard down.
You'll pay for that! I shall erase everything!
I'll smash you!
I'll destroy
Negative gate!
Another incantation ruined!
Eat dirt!
Explosive ring! Accept your
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Can't move! Not done yet!
I have to train harder!
Reload!
Hurricane! Strike! Water!
Unleash their lightning!
Elusive deity!
Time to shine!
All shall bow before me!
Healing!
I shall be the ruler of all things!
Here's the evil!
Dragon Core!
Here goes
all mine!
This one's mine! Glacial... Here's the
This
evil!
should do it! All shall
Freeze
bow
Lancer!
before me!
I never finish! Hurricane strike! Look sharp!
Shattering of pieces!
Does it hurt?
Try this!
Dance in the wind!
Explosive ring! Die already! Kneel before your sovereign!
Burning strike! Denied! Glacial
This should
field!
do it!
Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer!
Your life is here!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm! Run!
I'm out of it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
can do. This guy's still standing?
Victory! Throne! Everything finally belongs to me! Flowers! Moon nobly crushes all of his feet! Are next!
Is it over?
Yeah, I think so. There. We finally collected all of the Master Cores. So what do we do now?
It is said that bringing all the Master Cores together in one place should form the Renis Alma.
So, now we put Shionne's with the rest.
With that, we can finally free her of her thorns.
Shion. What's going on? Are we missing something?
We can't be. So why isn't it?
Alphen! Behind you!
Shionne, are you the maiden?
What is this? Why is this happening?
What the? The Master Cores!
Is that darkness? A dark Master Core?
Renis Alma!
The Renis Alma. It's here.
What's going on? The Renis Alma's only supposed to consist of the 5 Dahnan elements.
What do you think you're doing?
She disappeared?
What in the world just happened? And...
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun.
A month has passed. For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganeth Haros. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegis hung ominously over our heads. We knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renaissance, the present and the past of 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volron's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it.
If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Dahnans hit close to home for me.
Oh?
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently.
The people of this realm weren't even afforded that much basic dignity.
I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to ultimately choose. But whatever it is they decide, I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
You mean like how the Dahnans and Renans of Menancia chose to remain committed to coexistence? It'd be nice if this was a step towards that dream.
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Xion for me? Once you're ready, we'll meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Right. Got it. Shion's been hanging out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there. This way, I guess.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renis Alma. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegis. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Hey, Shionne.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand, Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay? Guess I misread the landing.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one, then.
We better get a move on, or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shionne's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Dahnans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point, but...
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Very well.
Well,
Hey,
Pardon me.
What the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
doesn't seem that way. You must think we're just Danans from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Bull Run soldiers. Watch yourself.
Resonate with the earth, now or never.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Explosive Raging Warp!
The further away, the better. You and...
In an instant! Impact Block!
Yeah.
Hey.
You don't say.
Well...
Well?
How?
Oh, wow!
So then,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
I sure wish we could go on vacation.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt for us to unwind a little for once.
Not like... We've got the gall to spare for it, though.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Dahnans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganath Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dahna.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Dahnans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
I wonder if something happened.
Well... Hey! Got it!
Huh?
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganath Haros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shionne?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much? Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
No, all right. Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who?
Oh.
Serious? Well... That's... yeah. Yeah.
Yeah!
Not in the castle, not in town. Where did he go?
No idea, but let's try searching the city.
It's always... Seat of the pants with you, isn't it? I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, let's see what they have.
Well... Huh? Got it. Boomy! Boomy!
Heck? Are you stuck on that too?
No, really. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Are you okay with... anything as long as it's round and flies?
I think Hootle senses something.
Sorry. All right.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zeugles roaming around out there. We should follow after her. I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
You guys want to rest here? Yes.
What?
I'm sorry.
Rin. Good.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almeidrea killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the Resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, Law.
You're welcome?
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
What?
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balseph too. You saw her, right, Xion? Xion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dana's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.